welcome everyone to the hills of Southern California. We are just to the east of the town of Ramona here as we get set to kick off Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle here at Axel Hodges' compound, the sleigh ground that plays host yet again to X Games 2022. Hello, everybody. I'm Jimmy Coleman here in the booth, standing alongside Blake Bilko Williams. And, well, you have to talk about coming into this event, your defending gold medalist, Luke Ackerman.
Yeah, he came out swinging last year, surprised everyone. He rode solid, even with a shoulder injury. This year, he's healthy, ready to go. He looks good in practice, and he's just going to go out there and have some fun, but he's looking to be on the podium for sure.
With that gold medal last year, he was the first German Moto X athlete to medal here in the history of the X Games and looking to defend. However, you also have to talk about the Australian Rob Adelberg. In his last 8 freestyle starts here at the X Games, he's walked out of here with 6 medals, Bilko.
Adelberg's really been killing it for years now. He's focused, he's ready to go. He looks super confident, and I think he's even got a little surprise out there, something big coming up.
Yeah, and that could possibly come in the first run here. We will have to wait and see, but those are 2 of the standouts here at the Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. However, there are 6 other riders in the field that are all hungry to taste some X Games gold out here today, Bilko.
Yeah, there's plenty of Aussies in there, so let's check out the list.
Yeah, they have a monster course to deal with out here. You've got 13 different hits out here in this massive, expansive land out here at Axel Hodges' sleigh ground. So, what are some things we hope to see out here today, Bilko?
I mean, you're going to see a lot of front flip variations, plenty of double backflips, and I think with the course being a lot more dialed in than what it was last year, the rider's going to flow a lot better, and everyone's a lot more comfortable. So, these guys aren't no slouches. They're going to start throwing down hard, and everyone's going to come out swinging from the first round.
Yeah, last year was a little bit of a weird vibe, a little bit of weird energy right out of the start there, and everybody kind of had an off day. So a little bit more practice this year coming into 2022, so should shape up to be a much better event.
Yeah, just judging by the way the riders rode in practice, everyone looks comfortable and ready to go. Last year, you know, it was a little bit edgy, but yeah, I think it's going to be an awesome contest, so we're going to see some awesome stuff.
Well, we are going to start it off with one of the veterans in the field. This is Osaka, Japan's Taka Higashino. He has 3 X Games freestyle gold medals to his name as he gets us underway here.
They were all back-to-back too, so Taka was killing it back then. He's had a bit of a dry spell on the medal podium. Poor guy's finished in 4th a lot of times, but he's determined to get out there and get back on the box. Starting off nicely with a no-handed flip, and see what he's got now. The Cali roll, that's a body varial Taka actually invented probably about 8 years ago.
He's the only other rider than Travis Pastrana to win X Games Freestyle more than twice. He's got 5 X Games medals total to his name. His last medal came all the way back in 2013, though. So it's been a while since we've seen Taka on the podium.
But still, one of the most consistent riders throughout X Games history. I think this is his 16th start, so it's been around a long time. Off the 120, shale in flip there, getting over the bars, nice. Keeping it smooth and consistent.
I was gonna say, it's a little bit tough to be the first rider out of the gate. You're kind of setting the bar for things, but so far, Taka looking pretty dialed in right here. Everything seems to be pretty smooth, pretty fluid. Got a nice variety going here in this first run.
He's got huge extension, Taka, and you know, he's one of the guys that just practices and practices to perfect everything. You know, he'll ride 5-6 days a week.
Under power here for this last hit as you hear the air horn.
Little disco can there, that's one he invented himself. A one-handed double can off the first ramp into a double grab bar solid there off the 120.
So there you go, the horn sounds like you think this last one will count. He's kind of in that turn.
He was in the corner, I'd give it to him. Finishes off with a stripper.
Normally the way it works is if you're under power when that last horn or that last flag comes out, that one will count. Taking a look here. Taka Higashino's first outing.
Huge KOD flip there. Off the 120 ramp. Shale in flip. Getting nice over the bars. Very smooth, consistent run, but then again, that's how Taka rides every day. He never really misses a beat. There's another view of that. Oh, yeah, that's the shale in flip. Good extension.
Gets that one back over the bars, nice and clean.
We'll say it's a little easier for him to get the feet through the bars. He's a little shorter than the rest of the riders, but awesome job by Taka. I think he'll be happy with that. Not sure if he'll make any changes for the second run.
Yeah, of those 5 medals, he's got 3 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. So there you go. a smile on his face, and rightly so. That was a great way to start off this competition.
Yeah, as you said, it's a lot harder being the first rider out, and yeah, a little bit more nerves, more pressure on your shoulders, but Taka really rode well there, rode solid.
Well, talking about nerves and pressure, we have a newcomer to freestyle here at the X Games. This is Julian Van Stippen. This is only his second X Games appearance. His first one came a couple months back. He was in Best Whip when we had X Games Chiba in Japan.
Coming up there for his first 2 hits. Yeah, he wasn't even in freestyle about a week ago, and then picked up the last spot after Axel Hodges pulled out. Nice big double knack there, getting really sideways.
Actually trains in Temecula, California, loves riding in the hills. Talented former Supercross racer, rode the EU Championship, the Belgian Championship, as well as the French Championship.
Got a little squirrely there. I think it was a heel clicker to Indian Air, but hung up his leg, and we might check out a replay at the end there, but he was lucky to save that one.
Going back to X Games Chiba in that Best Whip event, it was his first appearance. He walked out of there with a medal. He got Best Whip bronze there. That was back at the end of April.
Huge look through, kiss of death Indy flip there. Nice extension, nice and smooth.
So Taka Higashino checked in with an 86.66, by the way, for his first run score. The best possible score you can get is 100 out here in Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle.
Cordova flip. I know it was a little windier. That's the second time he's gone sideways off that jump, but got a little tricky landing that one. It's kind of on an angle. Had Soshini go down there yesterday in practice, but he was all good. Big whip, and he's in Best Whip this afternoon too.
Well, he surprised everyone in Chiba.
Oh, what a save. Underflip there, landed a little sideways. I thought he was heading straight for that ramp, but right now the dirt's nice and fluffy, a little loam, a little bit of moisture in it, and you don't tend to slide as much on the landing, but you'll see a little later it'll be nice and hard packed.
Good save right there for Julian.
All right, check it out now. You see the heel clicker, he hung up his left leg there, didn't quite get the heel clicker, and kicked the seat. Here we go, check it out for another replay. The right leg, sorry. Hangs up on his hand there with the heel clicker, still goes for the Indy, and you see it gets a little bit sideways here. His right foot just catches the seat. Lucky to get back on the pegs, and here's that last landing. Almost, look at that. That was a perfect drift down the landing, so lucky to avoid that other ramp there, but other than that, a solid run. Yeah, that one will definitely have you holding your breath right there. So Julian's going to check in with an 81 flat, so that'll put him in the #2 spot right there. So Taka hanging on to that top spot with an 86.66 for now. So this is how it works here at Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. We have 8 athletes in the field. They each get 2 runs out here. They are 90 seconds in length, and as we mentioned before, it is your best run that counts. The best possible run score you're looking at is 100 points. And well, they're looking for a wide variety of things out here on the course, Bilko. Yeah, you're going to see a couple of riders coming up with the front flips, some double back flips, and you know, they really help you score in there. But only a couple of guys doing 360s. But right now we've got the young Benny Richards from Australia. Well, already off to a better start than what we saw in 2021 in his rookie X Games appearance. He had a rough go right out of the gate on both his runs last year. Benny starting off with a nice KOD flip and a Cordova flip there. Been working a lot with Jackson Strong. He's his young protege. He's been helping out, coaching him through, and it really shows in his riding. Nice double grab there. Good extension. Youngest rider on the freestyle roster this year at just 21 years old. He's an apprentice to be a carpenter back down in Australia. There it is, the double backflip. It gets that one down clean. I mean, what a night and day difference to his performance here than what we saw here last year. Yeah, that was nice, smooth, perfect. Well done, Benny. Heel clicker flip. See, a lot of guys not doing too hard a trick off that first jump there. Just as a setup jump, especially if they're hitting the 120, they don't want to be upset before they're clicking third and heading for that ramp. So coming down to the final 25 seconds here. So again, the high mark to beat here at 86.66 that we saw out of Taka Higashino. No-handed flip there. Got a little lost in the corner at the back there, but he figured it out. 10 seconds left. Come on, Benny. We said that last year was his first X Games appearance. He says that was actually his first real competition. And, you know, when you get out there and you got the cameras rolling, the nerves definitely set in. Yeah, he definitely got thrown in the deep end, and it's a lot of pressure out there, but, you know, he's had a whole year to dwell on that and clean things up, and he definitely had a solid showing there. Nice, smooth extension on all his tricks. He's got the monkey off of his back from last year.
as it was the first trick right out of the gate in both of his freestyle runs last year.
Let's check out some of the replays now. The double backflip, first one we've seen today. Gonna be a few more of those coming, but perfect landing. Nice and smooth. Might even see some combos coming up later with that double backflip. It's going to get interesting here in a little bit.
So again, the best possible run score you can get is 100. He's going to check in with an 83, so that's going to slide him into that #2 spot right there, just ahead of Julian Van Stippen. But again, I can't say this enough. A complete different performance than what we saw out of him in 2021. Now we move on to Jackson Strong here. 2 freestyle medals. He's got a silver and a bronze. He's never taken a freestyle gold, though.
He's hungry for it. Starting off with the quad. There's a 105-foot front flip.
Just sent that one deep, Bilka. Oh, my goodness.
You are kidding. That is a world first. I can hear the riders going nuts from back here. Front flip off the 110-foot ramp. That was insane. First guy to ever do that.
He did that in the first 15 seconds of the run.
Hey, he's coming out swinging. Double backflip. Nice and smooth. Jackson is on a tear right now, and this is a totally different rider to what we've seen last year. I think things just weren't going well for him last year. He wasn't having a good day, but I tell you what, this is an insane run.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was in a similar situation to Benny where everything was just a little bit off for him last year, but man, talk about shaking it off. And I mean, did you see how deep he sent that front flip?
I think he started to panic a little bit at the end. He thought it was maybe over-rotating a little bit. Landed a little long, but hey, that was both wheels down at the same time. No-handed front flip. Oh no, that's the same spot he crashed last year. Ran into the wall, but I think he's a little winded, but
just got tossed right there, but he bounced up quick.
Man, that was a solid run Jacko had going there. That's a real shame to see him go down there. And the same jump he crashed on last year, I think almost the same trick. It was a front flip. He ended up smacking into that wall on the left, but medics are going to come out there and see him. We've got the best medical staff possible out here, so they'll take care of him.
Yes, the X Games medical is going to tend to Jackson there. Hopefully he's able to get up and walk away under his own power there, but I mean, he was off to a great start there in that run. I mean, he got a 110-foot gap on that one section there.
Here it is, what we got here. This is a one-handed Indy to rock solid there. Yeah, as you said, he was firing on all cylinders when he popped out the gate there. And we're going to get a replay of that crash now. Front flip, everything looks good there. You said good no-hander, a little quick. Obviously, you must think he's going to under-rotate a little bit. And right about there, you see the front end slap down. He had a lot of weight over the back of the bike. And quite the impact there. That'll knock the wind out of you for sure. Check it out from this other angle. Yeah, just gripped halfway down the landing there and high-sided him. So he's up on his feet.
Yeah, he's walking away under his own power right there, so hopefully it's just a case of just getting winded right there and shaking that one off. However, even with the fall and still having 15 seconds, he still gets an 85.66, so that was still good enough to put him in second place. We'll have more from Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. X Games 2022 out here in the hills of Southern California, Axel Hodges compound. We are in the middle of Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle out here at the sleigh ground, taking a look at some of the gorgeous views out here at Axel's facility. You have some epic drone shots. Jimmy Coleman here alongside Blake Bilko Williams. We've got Victoria Arland out here in the field. And what a great place, Bilko, to host a freestyle event.
Man, I'll be honest, coming to this place to ride, it's a little intimidating. Some of those jumps are huge. Axel has built quite the compound out here.
We are halfway through the run order here in round number 1 out of 2. Right now, we're getting ready to take a look at another Australian rider. This is Harry Bink. Harry has 6 prior X Games appearances. He's a bit of a wild card. He's another one that had a bit of a rough go last year. Ended up flying off course, I believe, in his first run.
Yeah, but coming out there with a rock solid flip off that first jump, that was huge. I said earlier some riders might take it easy off that first jump so they get a good setup for the 120. Harry's just come out with a rock solid flip into a heart attack flip and then one-handed knack right there.
Now, when I say he's a wild card, it's just that he takes big risks, and sometimes he'll throw it all together and make it happen. Another time, when it goes south, but he always has a smile on his face and always puts on a show out here. But again, he's off to a much better start here in 2022 than we saw to him last year.
One-handed double backflip, one-handed knack double backflip there. Oh no, this is not good. Oh my God! And that was a pretty good save for how far he was flying off the motorcycle. It all kind of went wrong at the start there. I'm not sure if he missed a grab or... Let's hope Harry's all good. He's a pretty solid guy.
So again, we'll have X Games Medical tend to him there. Taga Higashino still sitting in that top spot with an 86.66. And before we went to break, we saw Jackson Strong crash with about 15 seconds left, and even with that fall, Jacko's run was still good enough to put him in that number 2 position.
We did also see the 110-foot front flip for the first time ever. Let's check out a replay now, see if we can figure out what happened to Harry. His throttle hand slipped off on the takeoff. Right, so that was pretty much not good from the moment he left the ramp. If you look closely, his right hand there, straight off the grip, and then you can see him trying to save it. He's holding onto the front brake lever with his right hand. You can see the front wheels locked up there.
I tell you what, he chest bumps the front fender too. I mean, that could have been a lot worse. I mean, the air awareness to get back on at that point, I mean, that is impressive right there, and he's up and walking around, so you love to see that. But again, I mean, how about that save? That could have been a lot worse, Bilko.
I think from the moment there he started flying off, most guys would just continue to fly over the front, but he used his solid strength there. He was holding onto the front brake lever and kind of leaving himself back to the bike in a Superman position where I thought he was going to go all the way over and just land on his back at one point. So he did extremely well to get back on the bike. That way the bike absorbed some of the fall, and he rode it a little bit down the landing before smacking the dirt. So I think that definitely helped out with the impact a lot. So, but how bad it went, that went pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been 1,000 times worse, but again, just that air awareness right there. So we move on to Rob Adelberg here. We teased up possibly something special happening here today, maybe in this first run. But before we get to it, let's hear a little bit more from Rob as he pays homage to something that happened here at the X Games 20 years ago.
So I've gotten pretty comfortable with front flips over the past few years. So that's kind of the direction I've been pushing it. Also, it was 20 years ago when Metzger did the backflip over the 45-foot, and then he backed it up with a 80-foot dirt hit backflip. And that was some new evolution of the sport, and I plan to do something very, very similar here, but going forwards.
It's hard to believe that was 20 years ago. It seems like it was just yesterday. That was the second and final year of X Games Philadelphia. But as we said, Rob's got something special up his sleeve, and rumor has it, it could be coming here in this first run, Bilko.
Yeah, he said if everything's going good and smooth for the rest of his run, yeah, he's going to go for that little surprise at the end. But see what he's got. Big KOD flip to start things off. Indy to heel clicker. That's a solid combo too.
So again, the runs are 90 seconds in length. You get 2 of them here at Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. It is the better of your 2 runs that count.
Cliffhanger flip there. He's the only other guy other than Jacko to hit that ramp on that side. So a little bit more use of course. Not sure where he's heading now. Cali roll. Smooth. He's had that trick dialed for a while now. Rob's got a huge variety of tricks, huge flip combos, front flip with combos.
Coming down to the final 45 seconds here.
No-handed front flip, that was extremely smooth. I thought he was overcooking a little bit there, but perfect.
And it's just wild how smooth he is with that trick. I mean, that, and as you said earlier with the Cali rules, I mean, everything's just so dialed.
Yeah, and especially this event in particular, I've just noticed he's just really focused and riding really, really well. Here, we check it out. We've got a front flip off the setup jump. Clicks third.
Coming into the second one. Puts that down. That one, look at it, went a little deep, and he saves it, and he hangs on. So you just had back-to-back front flips right there at the end of the run.
Damn, that was huge. He was definitely going long, landed so hard. I think his left hand blew off the bars, and an amazing save. That little bobble there just meant he didn't get to hit that last ramp in his run, but I don't think that should affect his score too much.
I was going to say, I mean, the save that he had, we'll have to take a look at it on the replay there.
Front flip, knack. I think he got a tease of what his whole run would have looked like there if he got everything together without that mistake. But, I mean, for a mistake, he saved it, kept it on two wheels, and finished off solid.
But to do that at the end of the run as well.
Check it out here, the cliffhanger flip, clamps the feet. Here's the first front flip there. Off the hybrid ramp.
Watch the landing here.
Yeah, I think he landed right at the top of the landing. Let's check it out. Yeah, right on the knuckle, a little bit under-rotated, but yeah, upset him a little bit. Still click third, and then it's just go time.
Yeah, he was sitting back a little bit on that one, but gets reset. And look how deep he sends this.
I think with the little bobble, he thought he was maybe going to come up short, so he just hammered down when he clicked third, went absolutely wide open to that ramp, and that's probably why he went long. You see there slapping the head down really hard. Visor went down, but hey, he saved it.
He saved it, and he's into the 90s with a 93.33, so that puts Rob Adelberg in the top spot. So it's Adelberg, Taga Higashino, and Jacko Strong, your 1, 2, 3 here in round number 1 out of 2 here at Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. Taking a look at Josh Sheehan here, coming out of Freestyle last year with a silver medal, and, well, this guy's got a big arsenal of tricks, and he is an absolute powerhouse.
Sheeny starting off well with a no-hand Superman. Double grab flip off the 120. Sheeny's pretty relaxed this weekend. He's just not putting too much pressure on himself. He knows he's got the tricks. He knows he's a solid rider. So, yeah, I think the approach he's taken is really, really good. Nice.
85.66 or better right now if you're going to crack into that top 3. And there you go. Sheeny puts down a double.
Nice and smooth. We had the double knack Indy, flatliner before that. Coming back into the double-double section. Lazy boy flip, getting that head right back onto the fender. 360. Had a leg off the side there. He's one of the only riders that spins to the right. I mean, not too many riders do 360s either, so... Huge ruler flip. He just muscles that thing off the ramp, throws it over his head like it's a dumbbell.
Yeah, he just throws that thing around like it's nothing. I mean, great extension there coming down to the final 20 seconds here. Again, got silver medal in freestyle here last year, so...
No-handed double flip, nice and smooth too.
It's just another day at the office for Sheeny right there with these doubles.
Yeah, he is, as I said, riding smooth, relaxed, and just feeling the flow. Nice whip there, last one. Oh, no, he went for the seat grab there. Come up a little short, but...
That shouldn't hurt there at the end of the run there. Comes to freestyle here at the X Games. He's got 5 medals total, 4 silver. Said he was a silver medalist last year. He owns a gold as well. He took gold the last year X Games was in Austin, Texas. That was back in 2016.
Solid run there for Sheeny. Just needs to clean that up at the end, but hey, good effort out there. Here we go. I think it's the second double backflip there with the no-hander. Gets the no-hands off. Nice. Tucks back in. Here we go again. You see the hands coming off good. Little quick with the hands. I've seen him hold them a lot longer there, but you know what? Hey, it's still a no-handed double flip.
Hey, it's early in the morning. It's run number 1. Let's see what this is going to be, and that's going to be an 87.66, so that'll put him in the top 3. He slides into that silver medal position, so pretty much picking up where he left off in 2021. That slides Jackson Strong down to that number 4 spot, so it's Adelberg, Sheehan, and Higashino, your 1, 2, 3. But before we take a look at our defending gold medalist in his first attempt, let's check in with Victoria Arlen.
Hey guys, I am in the middle of all the action here, but I want to talk about Luke Ackerman because he's the defending champ, and he's here to do what no German has ever done in 27 years of X Games, which is win a second gold. Last year, he was a long shot to medal, and now he's a defending champ looking to make history.
See him starting off solid there with the heart attack flip into the 360. I hope we get some replays of that. He's got probably the best 360 that's ever been done out there. That was a huge ruler flip too. Such a big rider. He just muscles that bike around. He's over 6 feet tall. Smooth double backflip there.
Coming down to the final 45 seconds, the halfway point here.
Cliffhanger, one handle lander.
Your gold medalist from last year out here.
I think we're going to see the first guy here hit the quarter pipe. Flare, a little bit under-rotated, and that's kind of set him offline now. He was going to go back and hit the 75 after that, but that quarter pipe landing's quite skinny, so it's put him off the edge there.
You don't have a lot of real estate to work with there, but again, that's the first time we've seen anyone use this feature thus far in the comp.
Knack, double flip, so another double flip combo. That's the second one we're seeing today.
And that gold medal he got last year in freestyle, that's his lone X Games medal. But if you got one, a gold's the best one to have there, Bilko.
I was about to say, if you're only going to get one, he's got the right color.
Exactly.
Holy grab to finish things off. Not sure about the one-handed lander there, but yeah, throwing the holy grab for Mike Mason. This one's not going to count, which is pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? That's for the fans. What fans are out here at the sleigh ground. So what do you think? What do you think this is going to slide him into the mix? You need an 86.66 or better to get in to the top 3.
Man, it's going to be tight. There's that 360. That is so
That's
flat.
perfect.
So amazing. And yeah, I mean, not a lot of riders do 360s, and there's very few that do them flat. And obviously, that's probably the best one I've ever seen. You know, he's got that trick dialed, and so good to see that smooth and consistent 360 spin.
So Ackerman is going to check into the 90s. That'll slide him into that number 2 spot.
And there's a few things he can clean up in that run, I think, to challenge Adelberg, but also Adelberg had a couple of mess-ups he needs to clean up.
Well, that'll do it for round number 1. We still have round 2 yet to come, and it is best run that counts, so this one's still up for grabs. However, as of right now, it is last year's bronze medalist sitting in a gold medal position. Will that hold up? We'll find out when we come back to X Games 2022 and Axel Hodges Sleigh Ground. Welcome back, everyone. X Games 2022 here. Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle here in the hills of Southern California, just outside of the town of Ramona. You are taking a look at the gentleman who walked out of here with a bronze medal last year. That's Rob Adelberg. He finds himself in a potential gold medal position here after round number 1. He had a 93.33. Your defending gold medalist, Luke Ackerman, sitting in that number 2 spot with a 91, and Australia's Josh Sheehan sitting in that number 3 spot for right now. However, we get to go back up to the top and do it all over again. Round number 2, it is best run that counts here, Bilko, as we get set to take another look at Taka Higashino. He was in the top 3. He now finds himself 1 spot out, sitting in 4.
Yeah, Taka looking to improve on that first run. Starting off with a no-handed flip there into the 120. Rock solid flip. It's tricky invented, I think about 11 years ago maybe. But yeah, huge flip combo.
He was the first Japanese Moto X competitor to win gold at an X Games. He got that in freestyle back in 2012. Back in the Los Angeles X Games days.
Off the little tentative there from what I've seen Taka do with the KOD flip there, and that was off the hybrid ramp, the Levi Shield ramp that he invented. It's almost the new standard 75 ramp, sends you a little higher, and it's also the setup jump here he's about to hit. Cordova flip. Shaolin flip, looking pretty similar to his first run, but a little bit cleaner.
Coming down to that final 30 seconds here. Again, sits in that number 4 spot. Just 1 full point behind Josh Sheehan.
Heart attack Indy flip there off the step down. Double knack into a little transfer there. See, use the left-hand side of the landing there to get a little bit of better angle for the last run. Disco can, cool trick that one. One-handed Indy, 2 rock solid. He's got 3 seconds left. He can get into that corner under power. Yeah, I think this one is going to count for Tucker.
So there you go, throwing in a bonus move here, getting under power, as you said, coming into that corner there before the horn sounded. So that'll do it here for Taka Higashino. Again, I mean, it's a tall order if you're cracking into that top 3 right now. By the way, that's our same podium from last year. They're just shuffled in different positions from right now.
Yeah, as I said, poor old Tucker, he's got one of the smoothest, most consistent, best style, biggest tricks in there, but he's lacking the double flip and the front flip, and the poor guy's ended up in 4th so many times. But you see there, caught over flip, good extension, and just check out how smooth Tucker is. Didn't even bottom out the suspension there. There's that transfer to the left-hand side of the landing. Really makes it a lot easier to turn at the bottom there and get set up for the final pass through, save some time. One-handed Indy to rock solid off the big jump, and that's going to do it for Tucker.
Yeah, he finished 4th in Minnesota in freestyle in 2019. He had to settle for 5th out here last year, so he will improve the score. However, that is not going to improve the placing. He will stay in that number 4 position for now. Julian Van Stippen making his 2nd X Games appearance, his 1st freestyle appearance here, finds himself in that number 7 spot right now with an 81 flat from round number 1.
Yeah, very impressed with him in practice. Hopefully he can clean this run up and we can see where he's really got there. Starting off with a KOD and then C-grab Indy flip off the 120.
Far side.
Big old double nap, hack, nice and whipped out there.
Getting a little lost right here and wasting a lot of time getting set up for this next hit.
Yeah, he definitely wastes a lot of time there doing a 2nd take at the corner. That heel clicker flip to Indy, not quite getting the heel clicker there. Another little shortcut.
Yeah, this is definitely going to, in the use of course department, this is definitely going to hurt in that aspect for sure.
Big KOD Indy flip. He must have his navigation set to Belgian maps, I think.
Hey, you know, he's looking at everything that's gone down so far, and he's like, you know what, I got to change it up a little bit. Maybe take some chances out here.
Big old super can off the side of the bike there. And he's going for the U-turn again.
It's based on what we saw to him in that first run, that'd be a tall order to try to best on that 81 right there. But again, this is his first ever freestyle appearance here at the X Games, and just lawn darting that one right there. The straight jumps never help.
I was looking up for a little bit. Big old whip. You're going to see him in best whip later.
I'm going to say that's some of that whip style right there again. In Chiba, Japan back in April, that earned him a bronze medal.
Big old turn up off the 120, but that's it for Julian.
So again, it's Rob Adelberg, Luke Ackerman, and Josh Sheehan in those top 3 spots. That was the podium from last year. They just flip-flopped a couple of spots there as we take another look from Van Stippen's 2nd outing.
Pretty cool shot with the drone there with the KOD. Then again, going for the heel clicker, not really getting the heel clicker at all. Into the Indy. Bike whips out again a little bit, but he didn't hang up the feet this time, so.
So yeah, that 81 from that first round is going to be the one that holds up here. So that is not going to improve the placing, so he will stay in that number 7 spot for now. Comes Benny Richards. Again, we talked about his performance last year, had a rough go. Definitely shook off the memories from that last year and had a solid first run performance that netted him an 83 flat.
Dropped in there. It looks like he was his first run. He did a KOD flip, and almost like he didn't have his levers up then, because he put him up between those 2 jumps. Little rookie mistake there, maybe from Benny. But no-handed flip there off the step down. rode really solid in his first run, as you said, a lot better than last year. So
well, it was the first trick right out of the gate in both runs last year. But again, I mean, he was the first guy to go last year, and it was his first ever, not just his first X Games, but his first ever real competition.
Yeah, that's getting thrown in the deep end for sure. KOD there off the 75. I think there's a bit of a throwaway run now. Benny's kind of just cruising around. Old school knack. Throwing it out there for MC.
Yeah, just kind of toning it down here, playing around a little bit, having some fun with the final 30 seconds. Is he calling this one off? And it looks like that is going to be the case. And he will stick with that first run score. So no one able to touch, or I should say our top three has not changed here in the opening half of round number 2. Again, this is round 2 of 2 here.
Yeah,
best run counts.
Throwaway's not such a bad thing out there. If you're not feeling it and you're not comfortable, the last thing you want to do go out there is and still try and do all your tricks. That's when accidents happen. So well done to Benny. I think he's pretty stoked with his performance out there.
Yeah, preservation is the name of the game, especially for a lot of these guys who are riding in multiple events out here today. I mean, it is a long day here at the sleigh ground. So we still have more to come. Who's walking out of here with the gold medal? We'll find out when we come back to Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. Welcome back, everyone. X Games 2022 and the conclusion of Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. We are down to our final 3 riders here in this event, and they just so happen to be the same 3 gentlemen who stood on the podium in this event last year. They are just in different positions than what we saw in 2021. Jacko Strong is not going to be taking his second run, being evaluated for his right wrist, and Harry Bink is out, being evaluated with a left hip injury. So now it comes down to Rob Adelberg, Josh Sheehan, and Luke Ackerman. And Bilko, look at that medal count right there by the Australians at the X Games.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy tally. You got Jared McNeil on top. Then the other freestyle guys aren't too far off. They're going to add to that collection today, I'd say.
Well, Rob Adelberg looking at a gold medal for right now. Before we get into his second run, we'll check in one more time with Victoria Arlen.
Guys, Rob Adelberg, it took him 9 starts to get gold. He did it in 2019. He credits his father being a huge supporter for him. Actually uses an excavator to get him out of the foam pit. But he's also a dual winter and summer X Games athlete.
Yeah, he's got some hardware from Snowbike Best Trick as well. He walked out of here with a bronze medal in freestyle last year. He sits in the top spot here with a 93.33, and obviously feeling pretty solid with that first run and just having some fun here in round number 2, Bilko.
Yeah, I think he's waved the white flag there. I think got away with one with that 110-foot front flip there, so he's just going to settle with that run. As I said, it's no shame in doing a throwaway out there. These tricks are gnarly, they're insane, and if you feel like you've done everything you've already wanted to do, it's sometimes it's just not worth risking it again, and that's probably the reason why Rob's still out there today. You know, it took him 9 starts to get his first gold, and since then he's been on a tear, but riding smart, staying healthy, not getting injured is the key to it, and I probably could have taken some pointers from that back in my day.
Well, he earned 5 medals and 5 X Games comp starts in 2018. And going back to a snow bike best trick out there at X Games Aspen, he took gold in that event in both 2018 as well as 2019. So to kind of echo on what Victoria was saying there, Rob's an all-arounder.
Yeah, definitely what he did in that first one. That was huge. That was a huge moment, and paying homage to Metzger 20 years ago.
It seems like it was not that long ago. But
I think he wants to do it again. Maybe I'm wrong.
I was going to say, you're walking that plank, but he says, nope. He's just teasing you there, Bilko.
He does have exceptional form on those straight jumps, though, I will say.
Hey, if you're going to do some straight jumps, you got to do the best straight jump ever. When I was talking about the 5 X Games medals and 5 competition starts in 2018, he's the only athlete in X Games history to collect 5 X Games medals in the same calendar year.
Wow.
That's throwing some more Adelberg stats your way out there.
Yeah, as I said, he's took him a while to get up there, and once he did, he's just, you know, grabbed the bull by the horns, and he's a competitor every time he goes out there for a medal.
So your 2021 bronze medalist in freestyle, looking at a potential gold here in 2022 with that 93.33. However, we still have Josh Sheehan left to go, as well as your defending gold medalist, Luke Ackerman, who gets to ride last. That's the benefit. When you come in as the defending champ, you get to ride last. So there you go, Moto X Freestyle.
And if we look at it,
got a gold and 4 silver.
As far as tricks, I mean, without the front flip, Sheeny, I don't think he's going to have what it takes to get on top of Alderberg. Maybe he might be able to pass Ackerman, but let's just see what the judges say. If he cleans this run up and throws everything spot on. But nice heart attack, seat grab indie flip off the 110 to start it off.
So again, it's a 90-second run. The best possible run score you can get is 100. He got a silver medal out here. 2021, he now sits in bronze medal with an 87.66.
Taking a little bit different round on the course. He's going to add the flare, and I think just because Ackerman has, he wants to add that because Ackerman is the guy he's competing against right now. So throwing the flare. 360 there.
So at the halfway point, 45 seconds down, 45 left to go here. Can he put together enough here to overtake Luke Ackerman there? You need a 91 flat or better.
Oh, where's he going now? Adjusting that dampener up. Second rider to opt for the circle there.
Taking a lot of time getting reset. I mean, the clock keeps ticking down here. He's going to be at 20 seconds when he hits this next leg.
A little bit under-rotated there on the double. Not the smoothest one he's done. There's the head shake. I think he's had enough for this run. He knows it's not going to be enough to pass Ackerman. Big old whip. We will see Sheeny in best whip today as well. Competing in 3 events. Double grab, and I think that's going to do it for Sheeny's run. It leaves one guy to try and top off Alderberg.
He changed up the line a little bit there, as you mentioned before, adding the quarter pipe into the mix. He saw Luke do that, so decided he was going to throw his own flare.
Yeah, I think once the run didn't start off that smoothly, he kind of hit the abort a little bit. He knows he's guaranteed a medal there. You see a big seat grab indie flip off the 110. Big old ruler flip, looking through.
Completely stretched out, full extension there for Josh Sheehan.
Here's this double flip, huge no-hander this time, a lot bigger than the first run, but you see he comes in a little short on the rotation. Not too bad, he's got plenty of muscle there, the old Donnybrook Destroyer.
So again, he had an 87.66, so he gets an 88.33. It is better than his first run. However, that is not going to improve the placing. So the good news is he's going to get another medal. Again, he got silver last year. He's going to walk out of here with a bronze in 2022. So that means there's one man standing between Rob Adelberg and a freestyle gold medal out here today. And that's your defending gold medalist from last year, Luke Ackerman, who gets the luxury of going last out here at the sleigh ground.
Yeah, it's a tall order. He's 2 full points behind Alderberg there, and I'm not sure, he's done front flips before, but he uses the special they call it the cheetah ram. Straight flip at the start of the run. I'm going to go ahead and say this run isn't going to be enough to top off Alderberg. So Again, Superman there. I think he's pretty much called it, so hopefully he throws in another 360 in there because they're pretty special to watch.
Yeah, his 360, I mean, it's just completely flattened out, and it's such a smooth, stylish rotation.
Yeah, they're being 6 foot some, huge. He's actually, yeah, obviously the biggest rider out there. That extra strength, he just muscles that KTM around. And last year he went a little deep on one, landed a little sideways, and I know most riders, their arms would have ripped off the bars. He managed to save it, but yeah, he just throws that thing around like it's a toy.
So yeah, just kind of in cruise mode here. So definitely not going to overtake Rob Adelberg in that 93.33 right there. So again, the big story here, it's the 3 gents that were on the podium at Freestyle in 2021.
Another 2
back
Aussies
there in 2022, just in different spots.
Yeah, you don't mind if I crack it?
So time winding down here. And again, you know, you said this before, for a lot of these guys riding in multiple events out here, I mean, it is a long day. You've got 5 Moto X events out here today, as you know. There's also BMX Dirt added this year to the sleigh ground compound.
There it is. Oh, come up a little short. He even has to slow that rotation around a little bit there. He was spinning so fast. He could, you know, it's crazy to think that he can get that bike to over-rotate when he's going so flat. But there he is, the man of the hour, Rob Adelberg, does it again.
Well, you heard him talking about it in that soundbite. He was hungry for gold, and he had something special. And paying homage to the back-to-back flips that Mike Metzger did at X Games Philly back in 2002. Rob Adelberg does it in 2022 with back-to-back front flips. So Josh Sheehan, last year's silver medalist, walks out of here with a bronze medal. Your defending gold medalist, Luke Ackerman, walks out of here with a silver, but it's Rob Adelberg taking the gold.
Here it is with that front flip, clicks third, punches, and then the front flip off the 110, going long. Oh, he's headbutted the front fender. He sees visor come all the way down. Just look at that, how high he is. Didn't use much of the landing.
All right, Rob Adelberg, the gold medalist. I have to ask you, what and who inspired those back-to-back front flips?
Well, my goal was always to do it on the 110. And then one of my friends who was there watching me, John, he is a mechanic back home. He said, you know, it was 20 years ago when the Godfather, Mike Metzger, did the back-to-back at X Games. And I said, all right, well, now I have to make sure I can front flip that first one. And then I kind of worked on the big gap at home, but I don't have the right setup for that full size. So as you could see in my run, I went very long and I over-rotated, but yeah, I rode it out and I'm here with the gold, so that's the main thing.
You won the gold medal. Speaking of fathers, your dad, you credit your dad for being a huge contributor to your success. Can you talk to me about the role he plays, and especially in this gold medal winning run?
Yeah, well, you know, family, sponsors, everyone who supports me, you know, thanks to them. But my dad, he's there, he works during the day, and then he comes to my house as soon as he's done, comes and works for me, get me in and out of the foam pit. I swear he's lost a lot more hair in the last few years because we've been pushing it hard, and without him, I definitely wouldn't be here with this medal. So thanks, Dad.
Shout out to all the dads. Congratulations.
Cheers. Thanks.
Show off your medal for a sec.
Yeah, he talked about going deep on that one. That was an understatement. I mean, he was all the way chest up into the bars on that one. But how about that save on that second front flip?
Yeah, that was an amazing contest there. Shame to see a couple of the guys go down, but everyone really threw it down. Jacko throwing a 110-foot front flip as well. But yeah, good to see most of the guys walk off safely.
So that is a wrap here at Monster Energy Moto X Freestyle. When it's all said and done, Josh Sheehan adds his 6th freestyle medal, taking home the bronze here. Luke Ackerman, your defending gold medalist, he adds his 2nd medal to his trophy case here, settling for silver. But it's Rob Adelberg, who hasn't tasted freestyle gold since Minneapolis 2019, finds himself here in the top spot. I'm Jimmy Coleman on behalf of myself, Blake Williams, and Victoria Arlen. That's a wrap here from Axel Hodges Sleigh Ground.